There we go. So we're recording for those who couldn't make it. It's going to be a quick one. It's a quick one, but I think it's a goodie but quickie. I don't know if that makes that could go wrong, but basically it's a tool that we have, and I don't know if you're familiar with Screencast-O-Matic. The school has purchased Screencast-O-Matic for faculty use, but Screencast-O-Matic has added an extension or an add-on to Screencast-O-Matic, and it's a really good tool. And I wouldn't have done a whole workshop on it if I think it wasn't worth it. So to start off, let me just show you what it can do, and then you let me know if this is something that could help you in what you do. And so I will share my screen, and just like every other cooking show, I'm going to show you the outcome first, and hope hope hopefully I can grab your attention and then show you how you can do the same thing in your own computer. All right, here we go. I'm sharing my screen, and I'm going to start opening up my Blackboard course, but I just want to say that we can easily be consumed with emails in our everyday life. We're always communicating, right? Not only with your colleague, but with your students. And one of the most useful tools in Blackboard is the announcement tool, which is what a lot of faculty use to communicate important information with their students. But what it comes down to is, sometimes it could be a lot of text and text heavy, and so writing something and communicating with your students can sometimes be very difficult, right? And sometimes that information can get lost in translation. It could be that the students do not understand exactly what you're saying, or it could be that the student might be a foreign student and the English is not that great, and they might need a different type of way to communicate with those students. So what I'm offering you today is a way to do just that. How you can communicate with students in a quick and easy way that doesn't eat up a lot of your time. Um, so for example, I'm going to give 3 or 4 examples, and then from there I'll show you how you can also replicate this on your own. So here in announcements, I'm in my course in Blackboard. I'm assuming everybody knows how to get to their announcements page, but if there's any question, just please stop me and just let me know that you don't know how to do something, and I'll be happy to show you. So here under the announcements page in Blackboard, I'm going to go ahead and click Create Announcement. And it's asking for a subject. So I'm just going to create something here. Let's say call it Homework Reminder. Now, normally what you would do here is you would just go into the body of the email or the body of the announcement, and you can just start typing away, right? You would normally just start typing here your message to the students. But with this alternative way that I'm offering you, you can actually go to the body of the announcement. And over here in the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to have this icon. It's a strange looking icon. It looks to me like, I don't know if you all follow like Pikachu or Pokemon. To me, it looks like a Pokeball. It looks like a round ball with a smiley face and 3 eyes, and I think a nose. But this little icon is the icon to what's called ScreenPal. And ScreenPal is the tool that I'm going to share with you today. And so this ScreenPal comes together in our package with Screencast-O-Matic. It's an independent tool, but it comes together packaged with Screencast-O-Matic. So instead of going into the body of the announcement and typing away my message to my students, if I want to skip all of that and I just want them to see me or hear my voice, or if I am teaching something like, let's say, Photoshop or Illustrator, and I want to do a screen capture, I can just go over to mouse over to the little icon, ScreenPal, click on it, and this little nifty, what should we call this, interface pops up on your screen. And on the top, you can see the title, ScreenPal. It's showing still under beta, but I've been testing it for a while now, and I haven't run into any issues. And so if you're familiar with Screencast-O-Matic, you can see that it divides the screen into three options. You can record the screen with your voiceover. You can do a talking head video. If you just want to talk directly to your students, you can do what's called a talking head video, which is from the top of your head to, like, usually it's your shoulders, and this is what's referred to as a talking head video. And lastly, the third option is to do both, which is you have the screen, you can record the screen, and in the bottom right-hand corner, you have what's called like a picture-in-picture video of your talking head. So where can this come in handy, right? So let's say it's day one and you want to review the syllabus with the class. I would do both, right? You can record the screen and also have your talking head on the side. Or if you don't really want to distract them or you don't want to be on the camera, you can just do a screen capture. Then you would open up the syllabus and then you speak over, or you have your voiceover as you are reviewing the syllabus with your class. So that's one way to use it. You can use it for your announcements. So I'm going to create a quick announcement. I'm going to do it as a talking head. So I'm going to be talking directly to my students. Here I would give it a title, right? So I'm going to call this welcome video. And then at the bottom, it has another feature there, animated GIF thumbnail. And I really like this feature because I'm going to turn it on. The reason why I like this feature is because, it won't. So this feature is only available in certain instances. In this case, it wasn't available because of Blackboard. But in email, the next example, it will be available. But the reason why I like this feature is because when the student opens up the email and they see this video on the body of the email, they can simply hover over the video, without having to click on it. The video begins to play for them. So it's kind of interactive and engaging in that sense. But I'm going to show you that in a second. So let me continue my example here of an announcement, right? So I'm doing a talking head video, which is the second option. I titled it Welcome Video. And then I click on this hot pink button here, start recording, and paste the link. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And I'm going to go ahead and select screen 1, right? Because that's the screen I'm going to record. And it gives me a countdown. As you saw, it went 3, 2, 1. And so right now, I am recording the screen as well as my talking head video. So I can open up a syllabus here and just start talking about it. And here, class, make sure that after one day submit your assignment late, you will get deducted 10 points. Over here, you can also you can use it as a Blackboard tour, right? If you want to give them a tour of your course, right? You can say, here are the menus on the left-hand side. You can also move the little box that has your talking head video. You can move it anywhere on the screen. Once you are done with your video, you can see here in the left hand is a little tab that sticks out. And if I mouse over that, it pops up again. And I can see how long I've been recording. I can also grab the pencil tool. and start annotating on this, oops, wait, yeah, I can start I can choose a color and I can begin annotating on the screen. All right, so if I'm drawing on the screen, again, this is nice. You can use this if you are reviewing the syllabus and you want to, highlight the lateness policy or the grade breakdown. You can simply draw on the screen or annotate on the screen while you're recording. Now, to pull that panel back out, I can hide it by clicking on the back arrow and the panel disappears. But the panel is always there for me to come back to if I am, if I want to pull it out again. So let's say I'm done with my recording. I can pause the video by clicking on the pause button. Countdown, like you saw, went 3, 2, 1. And so right now I am, and so that automatically plays my video so I can review it. And if I need to, scrap it, I can just hit the trash can button and it will delete the recording. But if I want to delete and start over, if I said something incorrectly or I didn't like the way I sound, I can just click on this and it'll delete the recording and it'll start over. I can also trim the recording. If I click on that, the video pops up here and it gives me a timeline. And I can actually trim, let's say I want to trim this part, the beginning. Countdown, as you saw, went 3, 2, 1. And so right now, I am recording the screen as well as my talk. So let's say I want to delete those 5 first seconds. I was just kind of introducing what I was doing. So let's say I want to delete this first 5 seconds. I can click trim from the left, from here to the left, because I don't want to go towards the right. I want to keep this stuff. So if I want to delete the first 5 seconds, I would just click trim from here to the start. You see now it grays out the first 5 seconds. I can reset the trim if I want to undo that. And then, I can click playback again now to listen to it. The screen as well as my talking head video. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I want to go ahead and click done. Now that video recording gets attached to the announcement on the body of the announcement. And then I can click submit. And so now, as the student's mouse is over the recording, as you can see, the video is being processed. So it's going to take maybe a minute or two for the video to process. But what happens is when the student takes the mouse screen as well as my talking head video, right? So now this is part of the announcement, right? So I didn't have to write anything. I just recorded my announcement. And so what happens now is the student, they go to the announcements page, they mouse over this link, the screen as well as my talking head video. So I can, and that saves you a lot of time, right? You don't have to go and type. It helps you write clear instructions, descriptions of what it is the instructions are for the students to follow. And it's a more humanized way to communicate with students and on the announcements page. Any questions before I move on to the next example? Yes, I hear a question.
Yeah, Jose, I have a question. Does this recording automatically go to their email, or do they have to receive an email, please go to Blackboard and see an announcement?
Oh, wow, that's an excellent point, Stan. So if you choose to send the email reminders, let me go back to this announcement. And this is one of the best features in Blackboard. I really love this feature that it allows you to actually send a copy of this announcement through email. If I do choose to send it as a copy so that the students get hit from both angles, they get hit as they go into Blackboard, they will see the announcement, and then they also get hit through the email, right? Because now they also get a copy of this announcement through the email. So if I do that and I click submit, this video recording will also get sent to the email, and they will get to see it both through announcements as well as email. That's a great question, Stan.
One more question, Professor. When you select to show your screen, you have to hide Blackboard, don't you? So you can scroll through your screen and put up different titles and things?
Oh, when I'm recording my screen.
Yes, when you're recording your screen, don't you want to be on your screen, or do you have to still be on Blackboard? Because all we saw sharing your screen is the Blackboard pane. We didn't
Oh, I see. I see.
we didn't see a syllabus. We didn't
Yes.
see digital work.
Sure, sure. Let me see if I have a syllabus. But basically, you can have anything on your screen. Anything that you can drag onto your screen. I could have a PowerPoint slide, or I can have. Let me redo the example, and then actually have a document there so that to show you.
I think
Um,
we have to share the screen. We have to go over to the right side into the pane and then share the screen onto Blackboard, and then we can scroll through it. Is that correct?
Correct. That's true. You have to share the screen and then find the exactly.
Of course.
Let me see if I find. I must have something here with a PDF somewhere. One of these. Let me see. What do I have here? This is my sandbox. I gotta have something in here. Let's check. Let's see what I have inside this folder. I don't have a PDF. I wish I had some. Oh, here's a PDF. Okay, so let's do that recording one more time. And this time I'm going to jump into week 1, open up this PDF, and pretend this PDF is my syllabus. I'll do that one more time so everyone can see. So let's go back into the announcements. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new announcement. And I'm going to review the syllabus with the class. And all I really have to do is go to the body of anything that has a body, whether it's email, and I'll show you that next, is anything that has a body, automatically the icon will come up. Oh, that's my Grammarly. I don't want to use Grammarly. So I want to use this one. Okay, and there's my screen pal. And this time, I'm just going to do screen capture. Since we did both already, I don't want to have my face in this one. Let's say I just want to record what's on my screen. And then I'm going to change the title. I'm going to call this syllabus review. And just click start recording. And you got to be ready because the 3 seconds go pretty quick. The timer, the countdown goes pretty quick. So let me get myself ready. And I'll hit start recording. And so here, this is what Stan was talking about, right? So I have to select the screen to share the screen, right? So I'm going to share screen number 1 and click share. There's my 3-second countdown. I'm going to hide this for now because I don't want this to show. All right, and so I'm going to go into week 1, which where I have a PDF. Now remember, I can always trim the beginning, so you don't have to be ready right away. If you don't have your documents up and ready, you buy yourself some time and then you trim the first 10 seconds or whatever that the time it took you to be ready, because you can always trim, right? So you don't always have to be, ready right away. So here's a PDF. I'm going to open this. Okay, so here's my PDF. And so I'll start recording from here. And so here, let's pretend this is my syllabus, and I can go over this, right? A problem I'm trying to solve. Or here, this could be the grade breakdown, the lateness policies. And so right now, since I'm recording my screen, I can simply speak speak over this and have a voiceover. And this could be anything really. This could be PowerPoint. It could be Adobe, Illustrator. Because since I'm recording my screen, anything that I drop into the screen is basically being recorded. And so you have to be very careful when recording the screen because there's information that you don't want to show your students. Like let's say the grade book. Just make sure that you don't open something that you don't want to be seen by the students. And so once I'm done, let's say I'm recording and I'm talking over I'm doing a voiceover and my syllabus is showing. I can go through the whole syllabus that way and explain to them what each section of the syllabus is about. Especially the grade book, which is the breakdown, which is what they mostly are interested in, right? They want to know how to pass the course, lateness policies, and everything else. And once you're done with the recording, you just jump back over here. You close out that window. You come back here. You hit the pause button. I'm going to hide this for now because I don't want this to show. And so from here now, you can trim the video by clicking on the scissor icon. And I think I really started presenting somewhere over here. Yeah, when I went over to the PDF. Let me continue forward. So you can go through the timeline until there it is, right? So here's the PDF opening. It took some time for the PDF to open. Oh, here we go. So somewhere over here, I started talking about the syllabus. And so I want to trim this first 48 seconds of garbage time. And so I trim from this point onward. And so I do that trim. And so it becomes grayed out. And then you just click done. And now it's in the announcements. Right. And there it is, right? And so that's one way how you can do it, right? Through announcements. It's one way and create an announcement. Another way I want to show you all how to use it is basically an email, right? So let's say I am composing an email to Stan, right? So let's say I'm going to write an email to Stan. And I want to say, good morning, Stan. I want to, just a good morning email. And so if I go to the body of the email, if I just click anywhere in the body, and you go to the bottom right-hand corner, there is that icon again. Let me make this a little bigger so everyone can see. Remember this little funny-looking icon of like the Pokeball? There's like a happy smile with 3 eyes and a nose. If I click on that, there it is. I can now go to the body of the email, and let's say I want to send Stan, instead of typing an email to Stan, I want to send him a nice video recording of myself speaking to Stan. So let's say I just want to do a talking head video, and I just hit the record button. There's my countdown, 3, 2, 1. Hey Stan, good morning. I was too lazy to type you an email, so I thought I'd do a video recording and just say hi and say good morning to you, and I just hope everything is well with you, and looking forward to talking to you when you're on the campus. Right, so now I can edit the video. I don't think I need to edit. I think it was pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and click on the green button here to finish up and use. But you notice the same menu as in Blackboard, right? Same menu appears. I can trash it. I can delete and start over. I can trim like we did before. And then I can also just finish up and use the video. So I'm going to go ahead and...
Jose, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Oh, what happened? I just had to log back in. For some reason, I was talking. You couldn't hear. It's about a trim question.
Sure.
I understand left or right trim, but say you right in the middle, you said 10 things, and you said, I want to take out 8. Can you click and trim in between both of them?
Yes, that's a great question. Unfortunately, as of right now in the beta, they don't have the in between.
Okay.
But I am begging them you know, and knowing Screencast-O-Matic, they're always updating everything and
Got
adding
you.
new. So this is on my top of my list, but that's a
Got you.
great question. So basically, the question was if there is somewhere here in the middle on the timeline, and let's say I wanted to only remove, let's say, my ums from right here. Hi and say good morning to you, and I just hope. Let's say I wanted to remove that middle part. Unfortunately, it would have to be everything from this point on to the left, or everything from this point on to the right.
Oh my
That-
God, thank you so much. What happened? I tried it on my own and I kept saying there gotta be a way to do it. Thanks for answering that question. I see that you
yeah.
can do it. Okay, thanks.
No, no, it's a great question, and I'm sure that will be available soon because it is possible to do in Screencast-O-Matic. So I'm sure they would add it on ScreenPal.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, it's a very, very great, very good question. I hear another question. You want to go ahead, take the mic?
Yeah. So, in terms of editing, there's the one thing that I'm thinking. I see that you can record either the screen or your camera. Is there a way to go back and forth between the screen and the camera? And the other way that I thought of that is when you did a pause, I noticed there was start recording again. And at that point, could you switch back? So could you show the screen, pause, then start recording again, but then just have a full camera, your full face?
Yeah, that's a great. These are all great questions. Uh, and if you're a user of Screencast-O-Matic, you know that the answer to all your questions is yes. So I'm hoping that ScreenPal also can do those things. But the answer is yes to the first one. You can pause and go back and continue the recording if you wanted to add additional. Um, let's say you forgot to say, "Oh, class, don't forget Friday is." Quiz number 5, and so you can pause, think about what else you need to say, and then hit record and continue, and it will add to the end of the video. And I'll show you that in 1 second. And then the other question that you had was switching, live switching, and that's another great question because it is possible in Screencast-O-Matic to do live switching from a talking head to a screen recording. I don't know the answer, but we can test it right now. It's a perfect time to test it, right? Let's try it. But before I go there, let me just finish this one right here. Let me hit done. And so now you see my video being processed. This is in the body of an email on Gmail, right? I'm under FIT. And so you see how quickly that processed? It was 16 seconds. Now notice there's a GIF. It creates a little GIF, which is nice to have a GIF, or a GIF, whatever way people call them, either GIF or GIFs. If you don't like it, you can always turn that off. But it's nice because it tells your audience that this is not an image, and it tells them that this is a video, and it has a little play button here, and it kind of it kind of draws the attention, and it makes your audience move the cursor to the play button. And what happens is once they move the cursor over to the play button, the pop-up video appears. Let me show you how that works. So if I'm here and I see the GIF, and I want to, how we are. We're human. We want to go ahead and see, hey, what is this? So I move the cursor right over to it. Hey Stan, good morning. I was too lazy to type you an email, so I thought I'd do a video recording and just say hi and say good morning to you. And I just hope everything is well with you. And looking forward to talking to you when you're on the campus. So, I have to say that this has saved me so many hours because back before ScreenPal, I would get the same question. Hey, Jose, how do I embed a YouTube video? And then I would have to type step 1, step 2, all the way to step 20, and have to, save that email, resend it. But now, for troubleshooting, a lot of faculty find it easier if I make them a video and kind of show them visually, okay, this is where I go. Then I did this. Then I clicked on here. And then I went over here. And then I did this. And so that might help you as a professor to kind of, if you have a student who is not following the instructions or is not clear about something, this is an opportunity to kind of minimize these questions and emails being sent to you, because now you have a better modality, a better way to kind of explain what it is that you're trying to get them to do, especially if you're coming from Photoshop, Illustrator, or any kind of these applications, right? As you're showing them how to do something. Real quick, I know I have one more question left. Let me send this to Stan. So I'm just going to go ahead and click send. And then Stan, you're going to get that email. And then Stan, you can just hover over the link, and then the video will play. But let me go back to that question that was asked earlier about switching. So let me do another video. Let me compose an email. Let me go to the body of the email. Then I get the little icon here at the bottom right. And let me do both, right? Because the idea here is you're going to switch. So let's see. I don't know the answer for this one, but let's see. Let's try it out. So I'm going to go with both. And let's give it a title. So here we're going to call switching test. And let's do start. And I'm going to choose. I have two screens. That's why it's asking me which screen do I want to record. So that's why I have. This is why ScreenPal is asking me, do I go with screen 1 or screen 2? But if you only have one screen on your computer, it's not going to ask you. It's going to go straight to that one monitor that you have. Okay, so here we go. All right, so right now I am doing, I'm recording my screen, but I'm also recording my talking head. But I don't see a button here that switches. Let's see, back to tab. Oh, there is. Look at that. Okay. So right there, I stopped sharing my screen, and it's only my talking head. So now let's switch back. There we go. Okay, that's pretty cool. So if I am teaching my kids about Photoshop and I'm showing them how to do layers, and so right here, let's say I open up Photoshop. If I open up Photoshop, it's going to take me like 20 minutes for Photoshop to open. But let's pretend I'm taking them to this website here, the Met Museum. The Met Museum. And let's say I'm showing them about the Met. So now they can see I'm recording my screen, right, as I'm going through the Met, and I'm showing them, oh, make sure you guys check out the African origin of civilization. And now I want to draw the attention to my talking head. Then I can switch by clicking on the 4 arrows. And now I'm talking to the audience directly. So class, now I'm going to go over the Met Museum website. And so just keep an eye out for the African civilization event that it's right here, located under the African origin civilization. So if you click on this, you can see that it will open from December 14 going forward. And then if I want to go back to my talking head, I can switch. So I hope this video helps you understand the event. We're going to be meeting at the Met Museum December 16. And if you can make it, shoot me an email, let me know. And then what I do from here now is I gotta go back to the email. And then here I stop the video. All right, so right now I am doing, and if I'm happy with the email, just make sure you click on the green check. And there's the video's process. So, I don't know if this helps you in any way, minimizing emails and reducing the amount of emails that come your way from the same question. And I guess that's the idea of making quick and dirty videos. I call them quick and dirty. And that's mainly the reason why the editing features are so limited, because these are supposed to be quick and dirty, right? These are videos that are on the spot, and they're quick and dirty. You're just trying to get out a message, reach out to a mass audience, or it could be one-to-one, one person or whatever. It's just to save you time, right? Quick and dirty, run and gun, or guerrilla. What we call the guerrilla. Forgetting the term, guerrilla shooting. Yes, there's a question.
Jose, I think the email the email function is even better than the announcements because it goes directly to the class without having another click. And while it takes no effort to do another click down at the bottom to send it as an email, sometimes we forget, and then we have to go through
Right.
the process of it. So what happens when Blackboard disappears at the end of June 23? Will the Screencast-O-Matic still be available in the FIT Google email?
Yes, that's a great question, Stan. The answer is yes, because we still will have our subscription with Screencast-O-Matic. We're not taking that away. And ScreenPal works with any WYSIWYG or any editor. In this case, this email composer. This is an editor, right? So anywhere you have a WYSIWYG editor, such as Gmail or any email platform, or Blackboard or Brightspace, where you have something that's called what's a WYSIWYG, something like this. This is considered a WYSIWYG, right? So if I do it under content, for example, and if I want to do a Dropbox assignment, let's say my Japanese quiz, if instead of writing the instructions, if I want to put my video instructions right here, open up the WYSIWYG, right? This is what we refer to as a WYSIWYG. It's this little area right here. This part right here, where you get an editor, right? Allows you to edit and type up something. Anywhere you have something like this is similar to your email, right? It's a composer, and this is where you can compose something. Anywhere you have what's called a WYSIWYG, where you have all these little icons to change the font, bold, and all this stuff, ScreenPal will always appear in the body. It will always identify itself as a WYSIWYG, and then you'll see the Pokeball there. And now if I want to write the instructions for this quiz, I can just record myself. Or even better, if you have a student submissions and you want to give feedback, you can go to the needs grading. Right? And here's some assignments, right? Let's say this person here, assignment number 1. And if you go here, you guys remember this? This is where you leave feedback for your students. Right? So here's a homework assignment. This is a submission. This is another WYSIWYG, right? This is a body of an email or a body of somewhere you can compose a message, right? If I click on the body, there's ScreenPal. It's everywhere, right? So now I can actually do my feedback for my students as a talking head, or I can do a screen capture and go over the paper with them, right? So let's do a screen capture. And let's call this, I'll give the student's name. Let's call this John Smith with our paper. Now start recording. And again, this is on screen 1, right? So I'll share screen 1. There's my countdown, 3, 2, 1. For this one, I want to use the annotation tool because I want to mark up the student's work. And let's turn it on. I'm not going to use red because I don't want to look too, scary. Let's go with something nice, green. Right, let's stay positive here. And I got my pencil. I can choose the thickness of the pencil. Let's go with a slight, slim pencil, right? Let's go with this one. And then I click on the arrow to make it go away. All right, now I see my little pencil here. And let's say, oh, well, look, watch out for the grammar here. I like the links, nice. You're adding resources to, links to your argument here. This right here needs work. It's not that easy with a mouse, but if you have a Wacom tablet, you can, draw a little better. But it's not that bad, you can actually, it's not that difficult to, annotate on something here. Cross this out, I don't like this. Cross this out. Uh,
Jose,
and
is that screen live to you? Can you click on the URL and open it? One of those two? Is the screen still live?
well, since this is an overlay, this is basically an overlay, right? What I'm drawing here, I don't have access to. I can't click on it. I can click on it once I stop my recording, right? So let's pause this. For this one, I'm going to use the annotation tool because I want to mark. So let's just go ahead and click the green. Let's go ahead and let's approve this video. And look at this. The video goes right here. And in the mouse over effect, there is a mouse over. The window pops up. But to your question, Stan, yes, now I can click on it, right? So, oh wait, actually, I have to do it this way because it's Blackboard. Blackboard doesn't allow you to open these links unless you do it. You got to do it this way. Open. Actually, this is more of a Blackboard issue. If a student puts a link in a submission in a paper, I don't think we're allowed to open it. Let me see. Oh yeah, you can. There it is. I just had to find the finger, the little icon. So I couldn't click on it from the recording because there was a layer over it because of my annotations. But once I come back to the submission, now I can look for the little finger. There is the finger. Now I can click on it.
Can you go back to the video and after clicking on it, continue the video?
Oh yes, that was a question before, right? So so let me do a new. I got a few more minutes. I want to show you how to get this on your computer with my next 10 minutes. But let me show you real quick because this is a great question, right? So let's say, let me just delete this for a second, and let's say I want to. Let me cancel this, and let me do it one more time, and then this time I'm going to do it as a stop. I'm gonna pause the recording and come back to it. There's the little Pokeball. Click on the Pokeball. I'm going to do a talking head. I'm going to do the screen one again, right? Screen capture. I'll leave the title the way it is. Start recording. I'm recording screen number 1. Share. 3, 2, 1. And so it's recording right now. So let me pause. And so it's recording right now. So let me pause. And then I click resume recording. And it should pick up from the 5-second mark. All right, let's test it. And so it's recording right now. So let me pause. And it should pick up from the 5-second mark. All right, let's test it. Yep, it worked. So that answered the question about, if I have to if I can't hold the pee anymore, I have to run to the bathroom, I can pause my recording, use the bathroom, come back, and continue the recording or continue grading. Okay.
Thank you, Professor.
Sure. You guys are challenging me here today. These are great questions on the spot because I didn't know that we could. I know Screencast-O-Matic can do it, but ScreenPal is more of the little brother of Screencast-O-Matic.
I have a quick question, but then I have to run. Is this live yet? I tried to check it out in my Gmail, and I did not see the feature in my Gmail. So is this live yet, or going to be?
It is. It's live. But let me show you how to get it on your computer. So this is the last minutes. Let me show you real quick. So to get this on your computer, number one, if you don't have a Screencast-O-Matic account, let me know and I'll get you a Screencast-O-Matic account because you will need a Screencast-O-Matic account to use it. So if you don't have a Screencast-O-Matic account, just shoot me an email. I'll be happy to give you one. Step number 2. So that's step number 1. Make sure you have a Screencast-O-Matic account. If you don't, email me. Step number 2. Open a new tab, go to the Chrome web store. If you're a Chrome user, go to the Chrome. If you're a Firefox user, you can get it through Firefox or Safari. But most likely, most people are Chrome users. So what you do is you go to the Chrome web store. And let me show you how to do that. I'm going to open a new tab. I usually don't remember the URL to the Chrome store. So what I do is I just type it here, Chrome Web Store. And so at the top of the list, you're going to see Chrome Web Store. You're going to click on Chrome Web Store. And you're just going to look here in the little box, search the store. You're going to look for Screen Pal, no space, just do Screen Pal. Hit return or enter on your keyboard. And there is ScreenPal, right? And so what this is doing, this is going to install ScreenPal to your browser. And that's what you need. You need it to be installed in your browser. You're going to click on here. I already have it on my computer, so it says it's asking me to remove it. But on your computer, since you don't have it on your computer yet, it's going to say add or install, something like that. So make sure you add it and install it. And that's basically it. You need to have a license, and I can give you the license, and then you just have to have ScreenPal installed on your browser. If you have trouble installing ScreenPal, let me know. I'll be happy to sit down with you one-on-one, virtually or remotely, and then basically all you do is click Add, and then from there on you're gonna have it on your computer. So anywhere you go on your Chrome browser, you can actually record anything on your computer. Now, the last thing I want to show you before we end is that the big question is, which nobody asked me today, which is where do these videos go, right? That's the big question. These videos are being hosted for us in a private server. And that private server is Screencast-O-Matic.com. So if you go to Screencast-O-Matic.com, if you log in with your FIT account that I will give to you if you don't have one, you can go into your account, and there under my account, you will see all your videos. And here are all my videos. These are all the ones that I just made right now. Here's my grade assignment. Here's my John Smith paper. Here's the switching test. Here's my good morning email to Stan. Here's my syllabus review. Here's my welcome video. Here's the one that we did with the quiz assignment. So they all go here to your Screencast-O-Matic page. And from here, you can delete them if you wish to delete them, or do whatever else you want with them. If you want to download them to your computer or to reuse them for another school or another course, you can reuse them directly from here. So this is your private hosting from FIT. And I think this concludes our workshop. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to take questions. Should I stop recording? Yeah, I think that's it. That covers everything. Let me stop recording. If anybody has any questions.
No, thanks very much. That was very helpful for me.